I'm getting high, closer to my dream.
Hello, I am Claus by Road Goddess Nails, and we are doing nails today and talking about self love. And today we will be talking about self worth. And I am here today with my friend,
Bria.
and we will be talking about self love and it dealing with self worth and where it stems from, and so on. So, what is self worth? Self worth is something that's supposed to come from the inside, but a lot of the times we look for outside validation. So the self image that we have of ourselves get distorted. And I believe that when we was born into this life, we had self worth because we came from the creator and we knew who we were before, outside influences told us who we were. And that's where we lead to the lack of self worth. What do you feel?
Um, for me, I believe self worth is understanding who you are and what you stand for, your moral codes. Um, dang, I'm saying too many times.
It's okay.
But self worth is equal to self love and self preservation. So I think it's about how much do you actually truly love yourself?
Right.
Like, what are you worthy of?
Right. And I feel like when, we're brought up in the household and, from an early age, we're being taught this is how you should act, this is how you should walk. And, we have these things about us that's so called weird, but we end up stop doing them after someone say that's weird, you shouldn't do that.
Mm,
So we start to put this mask on and we forget who we truly are because it's like, okay, after so long, it's like are are is this person I am today who I was because I this is who I'm truly am, or is it because these are all the things people want me to be?
mm.
So you have to ask yourself, am I being truly who I am, or do I have a mask on?
And I feel like that goes into like tapping back into your inner child. Because your child, when you're a child, you live without fears, limitations. You really weren't, paying attention to what other people thought until, your parents or who you were around influenced you and you picked up on who you thought you were supposed to be. So connecting back with your inner child will really show you who you are without your mask.
Right, and a lot of the time we forget who we are. We forget about that little girl or that little boy inside of us, and we neglect that part. We neglect how we felt as a child. Whether the household you was in was calm, or had some type of abuse or violence in the household. Once we're going through all these things as children, we forget to even be a child. We forget that life can be a fairy tale, regardless of what others may feel or how they perceive life. If you say you want to be this thing and you are this thing, why can't you not be that thing?
Yeah.
It's like when we're children, they give us all these things. Oh, you can be this, you can be that. But once you're an adult, they strip them away and say, no, that's not realistic.
In place like those limitations.
Yes.
But I think with that, you have to realize that those aren't your limitations. Those are their limitations that they have placed upon you because they can't see themselves
Right.
doing that. So then I feel like people unconsciously like place fear unto others simply from their own reality,
Right.
which I feel like is very messed up. But then you have to ask yourself, like, how do I move in a way where I don't also do the same thing, like place limits on others unconsciously?
Right. So, and this is where it comes from programming. So, programming is how you was raised in the household, how your parents or your guardian was in the household. If your parent thought this way, of course, it's easy for you to adapt the same feelings and emotions and habits from the people that you're around. So everything you was taught was not the truth, and we know that because there's so many different truths. I feel like, you know, once we start to get, become adults, we don't talk about the things that happened as childhood. We neglect them like we neglect our child self.
Yeah.
It's a part inside of us that still hurts. It's a part inside us that still, is grieving from the things from childhood, and that's where we begin to realize we have lack of self worth and self love.
Yeah.
So I feel once we know, okay, I am a product of the creator and I am important, and I'm important not because someone else told me I was important, but because the creator decided to have me, and because I'm still alive and have breath in my body. That means something. That means I'm important. That means that I am worthy. Just because I am here, I am worthy.
Mm.
And you don't need anyone or no outside thing to tell you that you are worthy.
Yeah.
And it's easy in today's society to forget that, because we get on social media and we see other people's lifestyles, and we forget that we're different and that's okay. And it's a lot of mass that's on social media, because you don't have to truly be who you are, because it's not real. It's not real. So because it's not real, we forget to be real with ourselves, and we suppress, and we suppress, and we suppress. From alcohol to drugs to social media to TV. Not saying you can't have fun in life and enjoy things, but if you consistently have to do these things, then what?
What is it?
Why do you feel like you have to constantly do these things? It's a reason why you feel this way, and only you on the inside can answer that question. And you have to truly be real with yourself.
Yeah.
And it's not about, trying to do this because of someone else outside yourself, but do it because you want to and you want to better yourself. If you ask me what is life truly about, it's about living life and trying to elevate on any level you can to be the best person that you can in this lifetime. And it may not always, seem to work how you want it to work, but everything is always working for you, whether you can see it or not. So I feel like it's important for you to pour into yourself and love yourself regardless of your past, regardless of what you was told when you was a child, and any abandonment issues, any abuse issues. You're not what you've been through. You're not the stories and lies and the lies and stories they have told you. You're not that. What makes you that is you saying that's who I am and putting on this person, like you're putting on the baggage and the shirt that they gave you to put on.
Mm.
And you're saying this is mine now when it's really not. Once you realize is anything that's not pure of good, as in positivity, not saying that life is all about positivity, but as in anything that's not saying that you're amazing or that you're loved and that you're cared for is a lie.
Hmm.
It's a lie. If it's not saying that, it's a lie. So that's where I feel like this journey of self love is a never ending journey. That it doesn't happen overnight and you have to put in the work. Let's talk about self worth when it comes to relationships.
Hmm.
So, relationships and self worth, I feel if you don't have self worth, then you're going to attract people who don't feel like they value you, as in they would treat you how you treat yourself. If they feel like they can, manipulate you or do these certain things to you, it's because you're giving off the energy that you're not worthy. A person that sees someone else have value to themselves and feel like that they're worthy, they're not even going to try the same things they would try on somebody else that they see is lacking self-worth or self-love,
Hmm.
because they will know that that person will not tolerate that. So you constantly get into in and out of relationships and you keep finding the same person with different faces, and the only thing that's similar between these people are you. You're the same. You're the common denominator. You're the equation. You're the end equation to these relationships, because they're different people, but you're you. So that means it's something within you that you need to work on, that you need to heal, to try to figure out why do you keep attracting these same people. It's for a
Hmm.
reason, and it's up to you to figure out what it is. What is it? And how can I heal for me to start attracting the people that I desire and deserve in my life? Until you truly love yourself and have self worth, you will never attract the person that you truly want.
Hmm.
Never.
And I think it takes like getting in a real deep, intimate, personal relationship with yourself and understanding like parts of you that you need to work on.
Right.
And that's like the pure law of attraction. You literally attract what you give off. All your life experiences, it's simply because you attracted it, especially as a woman. When we
Right.
have wombs, we naturally are supposed to attract the type of lifestyle and the quality of our lives that we feel like we deserve. So what you're getting is simply because that's what you feel like you deserve.
Right.
So it's a matter of how much do I love myself to give myself everything that I truly and intentionally desire to have.
Right. Once you're able to give yourself everything that you look outside yourself for, it's a wrap. Because you don't, that would mean that you don't need no one outside of yourself, because you're content with yourself. And you don't need someone else telling you this is who you are, because you know who you are and you truly love yourself. So once you start peeling away the onion and seeing, okay, this came from childhood. This is the reason why I allow this, because okay, my one of my parents couldn't have abandoned me, and this is why I allow this certain energy into my life, or certain things or certain people into my life, because I have this issue. And no one can sit here and say, oh, this is the reason why you are the way you are. Only you truly know how why you are the way you are. But it's up to you to look within and dig deep within yourself to try to, heal that.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite quotes is, no one is coming to save you. No one is coming to safe, and oh, I'm going to be here for you. No one but you. What's been also common is when you feel lonely and feel by yourself, even when you have people around you, when you're going through things in life, you always have your own back. It may not feel like you have anyone, but you have you always. You was born alone and you will die alone. So you should be your best friend. You should be everything that you want to see in the world, whether it's friends, family, or relationship. You should be everything that you desire to have. So once you start to pour into yourself, and it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't happen overnight, but once you start pouring into yourself and digging within, going to the past but not staying in the past. A lot of people are replaying the same things in their head from the past they won't let go of, and it's not doing anything beneficial to you. We can't change the past, we can only move forward. And this is the first episode of Claws by Road Goddess Nails. We're talking about self-love, and today the topic is self-worth. I hope that y'all enjoyed this first session, and we will have many more. I want to pour a little bit of honey and sweetness into your life today, and I give thanks to everyone who is listening and will listen, and I give thanks to my friend for coming in and talking.
Thank you.
Know that you are loved. I'm getting high.